Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. The Ornstein exclusive. Chelsea reached total agreement with Ajax to sign Jarrol Hato, subject to supervisory board approval, fee above 40 million euros plus sell-on, pending green light, 19-year-old defender to travel to London for medical and join Chelsea on deal till 2032. So that was an Ornstein exclusive. And then Fab, he slid in with the same, what you call it, with the same news. There we go. Let's go. There we go. So Fab hit us with Hato to Chelsea. Here we go. Deal in place with Ajax for fee in excess of 40 million euros. Hato will sign long-term deal at Chelsea as he only wanted to join Chelsea this summer. Medical and traveling set to be booked for talented defender. And then we got Fabrizio again. Hato has been authorized to travel to London for medical tests, and then he will sign 7-year deal at Chelsea. Fee worth 43 million plus sell-on clause. So, we're thinking, all right, bet you convert this, you're looking at about 34, 35 million pounds. And look, for a position that we've really needed some cover for, Hato is exactly what we need. Like, Cucurella has played 5,000 plus minutes, legit by himself. Whenever we've had to have, him out for certain games or suspended or whatever, it's been Gusto that's been playing that position. And to be honest, it just doesn't look natural, does it? So Hato coming in, 19-year-old Ajax defender, has played over 100 professional games. He's captain Ajax. I'm thinking, this is a solid piece of business. Solid piece of business. And you know what? Great. We didn't pay 50 million pounds for this guy. We didn't pay 45 plus 5. Because you know how the market is right now. You look at, defenders that were sold for around that kind of price range last season. Lenny Euro cost over 40 million pounds. So I think for us, nice business, important, key business that we needed for the summer. And it doesn't look like, we're finishing, we're ending there, because we still have Xavi Simons, who should be joining this team. I did a video about Hato and, what to look for when it comes to, his scouting report. We're not going to really focus on the attacking side of it. I mean, yes, is it important to have a defender that can chip in with goals? Absolutely. Cucurella did it a lot last season. Goals, big goals, assists. Like, he came in clutch for us. So again, yes, we do want to see Hato, contribute when it comes to the attacking, but with the amount of attacking options we're trying to have in this team, goals, assists are not really something I'm going to be expecting from Hato. But it's also nice to know that per 90, these are some of, his percentiles, basically. Non-penalty goals, it's up there. Shots, not as great. Assist, 95 percentile. Expected goals, it's over there. I mean, again, you look at his passes, 60.54 per game. So again, someone who's going to be very comfortable on the ball, breaking those press, punching that ball into midfield, setting us at, on the attack, basically. So I'm comfortable with that. The completion is 89.4%. And you expect and assume these percentages are going to go up because we play with the ball a lot. We're going to have possession in a lot of games we're going to play this season. So him having, that pass completion percentage and being able to pass and, maintain possession of the ball is going to be very important. You understand? Look at progressive passes. It's 4.17. That's about 4 progressive passes a game. Can't really ask for more from a defender. You understand what I mean? So I'm not expecting Hato to really be like the attacking, influence we have, but it's always nice to know. I mean, you're looking at his tackles, 2 point game. I mean, 2 per game. Look, it is what it is. He's going to be a left back. Hopefully, he's not having to make a lot of tackles because we're going to have a lot of the ball anyway. We're going to have teams that are just parking the bus. So Hato should not be defending a lot. If this guy is having to make a lot of tackles, then it means we're, as a defensive structure, we're just getting exposed time and time again. So I think 2 per game should be enough. Most of these should be interceptions, or hell, we're just not even letting that danger build on his side. You look at his interceptions, 0.77, not that great. But like I said, we're not going to be expecting teams to be exploiting us down that route, because with the midfielders we have, with the likes of Neto, who can come back and defend, I think we should be comfortable. These numbers I expect to go up. When you play in a better team, you're able to, I guess, push up a little bit, because there's going to be cover behind you. So maybe these tackles, it might go up because he's able to engage, win more tackles per game. So it's just going to be how it really works in our system. But I think Hato will be fine. Aerial duels, very, very important for a defender, even as a fullback. 1.77, 88% out. That's pretty decent. From corners, we're going to need Hato to be able to win headers. You understand? We're going to need him in the opposition box to win headers, try to score. So very important. Then, that percentage is very high. Clearance, 2.3. Look, again, like I said, I'm not expecting us to be under the cush against a lot of the teams next season, because I believe we're going to dominate a lot of the games. So I also expect these numbers to go up, because having a better structure defensively can let Hato be able to engage, further up the pitch, winning those, that counter press. He can be able to counter press, win that ball back, and set us back again. So, these are numbers that I could be, comfortable with. It's not too crazy. Now, for the rest of the video, we're just going to look at some of the, the compilations of this guy. They're not going to show his weaknesses, and it's not going to be a fail comp, obviously, but it kind of gives you an idea of what to expect from Hato, as a, defender. So let's just cue this up. Give me 1 second, make sure. Let's just play the first one we have, because there's no need doing all of that. Just go with this. Thanks. Let's just make sure the volume is down. Okay, perfect. So let's watch a little bit of his defensive performances, see what we can expect from him, and let's see what he could do. So this is him being as an inverted fullback. He looks comfortable on the ball. Let's see what else he got. Progressive carry right there. Steps into midfield. Breaks that whole structure with that pass right there. And these are some of the things, you want your fullbacks to be able to do. Cucurella does that time and time again. Wins the ball back, drives into midfield, is able to play attackers through. If your fullback can give you this, I think you should be comfortable. You understand what I mean? You should be real comfortable. Hato again, okay. Maintain possession, passes, and moves. I don't need him to do anything too crazy, but it looks like that's a move he knows how to do time and time again. Again, go forward with the ball, pass it to an attacker, break the line, and create an opportunity. And that's all you can expect from him, Nice ball through again. So you can see like his through balls ain't too bad either. Very comfortable with possession as well. I think that's his trademark, man. That little chop in into midfield, try to find a forward pass. Cool. In this team, you're going to need people who are very comfortable with the ball at their feet. If this guy is able to do this under pressure, I'm cool with it, That's that counter press I was talking about. Having a very good structure behind you defensively, you can have Hato push forward to engage. If he knows Chalobah, Caicedo, Levi, Reece James are covering him as they're going to be playing that three back. He can push into midfield. He can be very aggressive with the press, the counter press, winning the ball back, giving it to the likes of your Enzos, Simons, Palmers, to be Netos, Joao Pedro. He's going to be able to do that, lay it off, and let these guys get into business. Looks like his passing pretty decent as well. Again, that signature move, chop in, pass the ball forward. And you see from these comps, he's always looking forward as well, which is a nice thing. You want your defenders to be able to play progressive, passes forward. I believe that's a pass to Bertrand Traore. So the kid is 19. He's played a lot of games for Ajax. So you're getting someone in when they talk about experience necessarily ain't always how old you are, but it's about how much mileage essentially you have as a footballer in this context. How many games have you played as a 19-year-old? And if you've played over 100, bro, you're ready. He could be 19, but he's played a lot of games. Experience doesn't always have to be someone like an Acerbi, or I don't know, a Skriniar. It doesn't have to be a Marquinhos. It doesn't have to be that. You can have someone who's Hato's age and still have bags and bags of experience. But this is something you could probably expect from him, being able to drive through, get the ball comfortable in possession, not losing it in dangerous positions, and also winning fouls. Smart play by him. Look, it's a lot to get excited about. All right. It's a lot to get excited about with Hato. So, guys, I think we're going to be in for a treat. My feeling on this signing is very, very needed, very important, because, God, we needed the cover for Cucurella bad. And for 34 mil, you can't really, this is one of those transfers that even if it goes bad, you're good. Even if it goes bad, you're good. This comp was made by Nino 12X. I appreciate you being able to have your content out for us to be able to react to. But again, that's the block right there. Reading the play, preventing danger. And I really hope this guy is not, I hope he's not having these lapses in concentration sometimes, because he looks like he likes to drive with the ball in very dangerous areas. And listen, as comfortable as you could be and as confident as you could be on the ball, there's going to be times when I'm going to need you to just keep it simple. Play the pass as you see it and keep it moving. But he does have the versatility to be able to play as a left back, as a left center back. Good defender, I'm calm with it. Even though, yes, we've seen a few players come from Ajax in recent times and they have been terrible. Ziyech, for example, Anthony, another example. What was the player, the midfielder that went to Man United that they absolutely destroyed him, when he was cooking with Ziyech and Frankie de Jong and all these guys. So got to take it with a grain of salt, but this guy's quality, man. I think we're going to see a quality player, and he has so much room to grow, and that's the very important thing as well. But for now, listen, we have a serious player on our hand, and just enjoy Hato while we're here. But I'm very happy with the signing, much needed. We waited too long for this, and low-key some of the dopamine was trying to wear off, because you keep hearing the same report. Close, advance, closer, advanced, almost there, 80%, 90%, almost there. So it's just one of those. Glad to just get this business out the door. Now we just wait for Xavi Simons, come in, and of course Garnacho, because it just feels inevitable. You understand what I mean? But it is what it is. Guys, like the video, sub to the channel, hop in the comments, let me know how you feel about the signing. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are kind of happy about this, man. There's going to be a few that might not really. I don't know why they wouldn't like it, but I think for the most part, at least 90% of the fan base is kind of stoked about the signing, just as I am, just because we just needed quality in this team. And you know, when you're world champions, you're able to pull up with a little bit of clout. Don't forget that, people. We're world champions for the next 4 years. And for the next 4 years, we might be able to do stuff like this. Stay tuned for more videos. Peace.